Yo, what is up, NBA fans of all teams? I am your host, PT, and welcome to the first installment of the Explicit NBA podcast brought to you by thewinningtake.com, your number one place for all sports articles and information. Now, I mentioned my name, PT. Yes, this is a brand new podcast, and who exactly am I? Well, I am a former writer for ClutchSportsOfficial.com. I am a current writer for ClipperHolics.com. I do analysis, reports, news, coverage, media, you name it, all things NBA. That is my specialty. Now, what exactly is this podcast? Well, this is a podcast for basically the NBA, but basketball in general. It'll be mostly the NBA, but this is a place for all fans. You can be a Warriors bandwagon, or you can be a LeBron, what do they call it, a LeBron sexual? Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, so you may be wondering, why is this called the Explicit NBA Podcast? Is he gonna be dropping F-bombs every other sentence? No, I shouldn't be. If one slips out, it slips out, but I shouldn't be. What explicit means is without hesitation, without holding back. So that is what I will be bringing y'all. I will be bringing y'all analysis and my opinion on stuff, my reports, without holding back any thoughts. I will let it fly. Yes, exactly. Now, I am expecting to bring y'all weekly episodes, minimum. Maybe we'll do twice a week at times. We'll just see how it's going. Right now we have a lot of news, but yeah, we'll just see how it's going, how much news is coming in, how much there is to cover. There should be plenty. I'm covering 30 teams here, plus the NBA draft is happening, so I'll cover some NCAA. Yeah, it's gonna be plenty of stuff to talk about. You know, there's always something to talk about. I love that slogan. Always something to cover. All right. Also, I'm going to have guests on this podcast at times. I am not having a guest today because it is the premiere episode, the pilot. Yeah, but I will find competent, smart, intelligent, entertaining, you name it, NBA fans to come on here and discuss stuff with me. Maybe even we'll get into some spit battles, talking about who's the better team and players and whatnot. All-time lists, better teams, championships, Jordan or LeBron, you name it, it'll happen. All right, so without further ado, I think I covered everything in the whole gist of what this is, what I'm doing here. Let's get right into the news. Okay. Now, there is so much news in the NBA right now that there is just too much to cover. All of it, basically. I mean, I could sit here and do a live stream for 12 hours and perhaps get all of it for one day, but there's just rumors left and right. So what I'm going to try to do is just hit the big ones, the concrete ones, the ones I'm really fascinated by. Now, I have 3 or 4 off the top of my head. Maybe we'll add some more. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I didn't mention it earlier, but this podcast I'm expecting to be right about at the half-hour mark. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Give you something to listen to on the way to work or going to sleep, whatever. Put it on with some friends. Listen to my sweet voice. Okay, now, the first one, the big one. This is the one that everybody has an opinion on. D'Angelo Russell is reportedly going to be traded to the Nets if it hasn't already been declared official. Woj covered it of the LA Times, and it was put out by Bleacher Report. That means it's legit, folks. And yeah, I mean, I've seen memes, I've made fun of it myself, and man, I am not sure how I feel. Now, you may want to ask, who do you think won this trade? And honestly, I think both teams kind of lost. I'm not too interested in this trade. It's big if you're a Lakers fan or a Nets fan, but it's nothing amazing for either team. Now, I hate on D'Angelo Russell a lot just because I feel like he's not as good as people hype him up to be. I feel like there's not really ice in his veins, so to say. But, I mean, he can develop to be better. He's 21 years old. He started for the Lakers last season. The only exciting thing that happened last season, if you were a Lakers fan, is the victory over the Warriors. But whatever. I guess he's a pretty good point guard. He will be going to the Nets and playing alongside Jeremy Lin. And I think the two have been texting reportedly, and who knows, maybe they'll have a little backcourt connection, have D'Lo and Linsanity in the backcourt firing up threes, hopefully not mostly bricks, but honestly, that is what I am picturing. I am seeing a lot of bricks coming from those two. They're not exactly the best shooters. Okay, but on the other side of that, yeah, so Russell, he's going to the Nets. Mozgov was also sent to the Nets. Now, man. So Mozgov was signed for way too much money by the Lakers last season. If they were planning on tanking, I don't know why they gave this guy so much money. Whatever, they got rid of him now. So he's going to the Nets. I think he was just kind of an extra to even out the trade because the Nets, along with Brook Lopez, a 20 points per game center, they're sending the 27th overall pick in this year's draft to LA. That's right. So the Lakers get yet another first round draft pick. And this is good for them because if they want to acquire or try to acquire Paul George this summer, they will have another bargaining chip. They're going to, of course, spend that second overall pick, I believe it is. Yeah, they're going to spend that one on Lonzo. Almost 99.9% sure they are. And now they have the 27th one to deal out or to use, depending on if the Pacers are interested in it. Now, the Pacers should be, because they will most likely be going to do the popular thing and rebuild. But yeah, if they're not, oh well, the Lakers can get another good pick. This is a very good draft. The 27th overall, I don't care. There's still good college players that are declared for the draft that can come out of the 27th selection. There really are. Okay, so yeah, we looked at it from the Lakers' point of view. They got rid of Mozgov. They got rid of D'Lo. They're going to get Lonzo. I think they're going to build around Lonzo. They got Brook Lopez now. Who knows? Maybe Lonzo and Lopez will do something good. I don't know. The thing I'm wondering is, are the Lakers done tanking? Are they done milking the system for draft picks? Because whenever you go after a center like Brook Lopez, 20 points per game, it sounds like you want to win some games, you know? It really does. It sounds like you're aiming towards winning some games. And this is how I'm thinking of it. They're getting Lopez for one more season before his contract is due. And if they do get Paul George this summer, which would be, oh my goodness, blockbuster news. Yes, amazing news. If the Lakers do get Paul George, they will try to win. I think they will. I think the Lakers, with a lineup of Lonzo Ball, Clarkson, Paul George, Randall, and Brook Lopez, I think they will try to win. I think they will try to make the playoffs, make a decent run. Maybe they'll catch the Warriors by surprise like they did last season when they beat them. Okay, so the Lakers, yeah, that's what I think they'll do. The Nets, on the other hand. The Nets, they got D'Lo, that's good. But they're nowhere near winning games. They're really not. They're still looking at tanking a couple more years, honestly. If I was them, I would be tanking. That's the best you can do right now. It really is. And I mean, you can't just go out there and win games with the lineup of D'Angelo Russell and Jeremy Lin and I don't even know who else. Good night. That team is really sorry. I'm sorry. That team is really sad. I wish them the best in the future, but I don't see anything happening with the Nets. A lot of people have been saying that D'Angelo Russell's career is over, and I wouldn't be surprised if it is. He's not going to win games over there, people. Be realistic. Explicit NBA podcast. This is what we do. All right, next piece of news. Also, I believe that it was I haven't even taken my side on who I think won the trade. Yeah, I think both teams lost, but I guess I would say the Lakers won. Yeah, no, I'm crazy. The Lakers won. D'Angelo Russell, I don't see anything crazy coming out of him, especially if Lonzo comes to LA. But they got the 27th pick and a 20 points per game center. I think the Lakers won, people. Call me stupid. I think they won. Next piece of news. Dwayne Wade is looking to stay in Chicago. Yes, he reportedly was not going to be interested if he didn't like the lineup for next season, but nothing has changed about the lineup, and he is staying. Yeah, he's not going anywhere. When asked why, Dwayne Wade tweeted out, "I have 24 million reasons why I'm not going anywhere." Yeah, so Dwayne Wade's going to Hollywood. Apparently he's all about the money now. Apparently he's about that $24 million player option for one season. Man, he's getting older and he is still banking. That is, wow, that is good. And when criticized for his contract, his $24 million for one season contract, he said, if I was 25 years old and putting up the stats I am now, 18 points per game, I think it's like 5 assists, 5 boards, he said I will be making $150 million. That's a lot of money, Wade. A little bit of exaggeration perhaps, but who knows? He might be right. There's some insane contracts being thrown around these days in the NBA. But yeah, Wade is staying in Chicago. Sorry, Cavs fans. No reunion with LeBron yet. Sorry, Clippers fans. No reunion with Chris Paul yet. Not even a reunion, just some banana boat. Yeah, nothing. He's gonna stay in Chicago, and it's gonna be a insert bleep there. But yeah, it's I mean, good for Wade. That's his hometown. He can hang out with family. He can make $24 million. He's gotten 3 rings. He's already the 3rd best shooting guard of all time. Don't argue. Keep your mouth shut. He is. Maybe even better than Kobe, depending on how you look at it. Okay, and yeah, so that's it with Wade. I honestly, I wanted to see him either go to the Clippers or the Cavs, but that's kind of fantasy world. Nobody wants to pick up that $24 million contract, honestly. Everybody's looking to rebuild. Nobody wants that crap. Nobody wants to pay for that. Nobody wants to add that to their cap space. Nobody. All right, next thing on the list of news is Dwight Howard to the Hornets. Yes, Dwight Howard is apparently on his way to Charlotte. Oh man, does he look ugly in that uniform? Oh, my girl for saying that? No, he just honestly, I don't think anybody except Kemba Walker looks good in light blue and purple. I don't know. It's Jordan's colors. Yeah, it's Jordan's North Carolina colors, somewhat. But no, he looks really terrible in that uniform. Yeah, I don't know. I liked him on the Hawks. It was his hometown, and he reportedly didn't know it happened when it happened. So poor guy, he was not aware that he was going to be moved to Charlotte. But the Hawks, they didn't want him on the team anymore. I don't know why they got him there in the first place. He was putting up good numbers. Go look at his numbers. They were great numbers. Yet Dwight is once again changing teams. From the Magic to the Rocket. No. Sorry. Magic, Lakers, Rockets, Hawks to the Hornets. Oh man, he's going for the rainbow. Shout out to Shaquille O'Neal, another big man who is slow and large and has been on a lot of teams. Yeah, he's going for the rainbow effect. He's going to the Hornets for Bellinelli, Miles Plumlee, the terrible brother in the Plumlees, and the 41st pick. Now here's what I don't understand. I think the Hawks 100% lost this trade. I think that they could have shopped around a little bit better for Dwight. They settled for a second string shooting guard, Marco Bellinelli, a second string center, Miles Plumlee, and a 41st pick. It's a good draft, but come on, that's not enough for Dwight. Now here's the insane part. Here's the absurd part of that trade. Dwight's going to the Hornets, but what is going with him is the 31st pick overall. What the hell, Hawks? What is that? What is that? You could just send Dwight and get all of that. I don't know who was behind that deal, but I am not for it for the Hawks. They have been making questionable decisions for the past 2 seasons now, after once having 5 All-Stars on their team, whatever it was, 4 or 5, whatever. And yeah, Teague's gone, Millsap's dipping, Al Horford's gone, Dwight's gone. What is happening? This is the team that went to the conference finals and faced LeBron James, isn't it? What is going on? I don't get it. I really don't. Man, yeah, Hornets won that one. Honestly, 31st pick and Dwight. Yeah, Miles Plumlee and Bellinelli are both replaceable. I'm serious. Both of those guys are replaceable. If you think they're not, you're high, because they are. And yeah, next piece of news. Oh, this is one of the many rumors, and this one has some controversy behind it. Cavs are reportedly going after Jimmy G. Buckets. Jimmy Butler, yes. Houston native, I believe, and or Texas native at least. But yeah, I mean, let's see. Let's say it does happen. Let's look at the lineup. Kyrie Irving, Jimmy Butler, LeBron James. Who's even there for? Who even goes at the 4? Oh, Kevin Love. Yeah, that's right. The guy that all the Cleveland fans hate on for no reason. Yeah, Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson, that overpaid dude that grabs like 500 offensive boards a game. Yeah, that's a good lineup. Can it compete with the Warriors? Only time will tell. They need some chemistry, honestly. I'm talking about that later. We're gonna cover the finals. That seems like a great way to kind of end this podcast or to climax it. Whatever. Don't make any sexual jokes either. All right. Yeah, the Cavs are going after Butler. Some Chicago newspaper, not gonna plug them, reportedly said that Cavs players told Jimmy Butler to stay away. What kind of news is that? Are you that thirsty for clicks? Are you sick of Bleacher Report getting all the clicks? Do you need some clicks? Yes, a Chicago newspaper said that a Cavs player or multiple Cavs players told Jimmy Butler to stay away. I don't believe it. Analysts are saying it's fake news. I think it might be. I really do. That's absurd. That's a desperate attempt to reach the top of the Google News feed, in my opinion. All right. Now, what would the Cavs give for Butler? I don't even know who's under contract. I didn't do my homework. I don't know who they would send over there, but Lord, there was reports that the ex-Cavs general manager, David Griffin, had a trade with Kyrie and Jimmy Butler involved. Yeah, there's reports that he was working on that. Maybe that's why he got his ass fired. Honestly, that's not a good trade. You don't trade Kyrie Irving. Uncle Drew, he don't like that. Don't do that, David Griffin. You're fired. You are fired. He's gone. Man, LeBron liked him though. LeBron was pretty upset that he left. We're getting a little sidetracked, but that's okay. Yeah, point is, the Bulls, they've had a gem in Jimmy Butler, no pun intended. They really should look to milk the crap out of that trade should it be an occurrence. They should really get a lot out of a trade for Jimmy Butler. The Cavs would be blessed to add him to the lineup and without losing Love, Kyrie, or LeBron. That would be absurd. Can you say super team? Yes, I think that lineup could compete with the Warriors, depending on the coaching and the chemistry. All right. That's another piece of news being crossed off the trusty whiteboard right here. Next, this reportedly happened just a few hours ago at the time I'm recording this on the 21st of June. The Clippers reportedly, it's the word of the day, reportedly. You don't know if it's real or fake, it's just reportedly, okay? The Clippers reportedly talked to the Pistons about swapping DeAndre Jordan for Andre Drummond. After being in the news a lot for being the best rebounder in the league, Drummond fell off the face of the earth last season and had a very uneventful year. I don't even think it was an all-star. I don't. And let me weigh in on this. Now, if you don't know, you probably do. I'm a Clippers fan. It's just the way it is. Don't say anything. I don't want to hear it. Let me just tell you how I feel about this. DeAndre's 28 years old. 28, 29, one of those. Andre Drummond, he's a little bit younger. He's 24, 23, something like that. And he's good. But his athleticism is nowhere near the scale that DeAndre's is. Could the Clippers make it work with Drummond? Yeah, but this is not something you would try to make work. This is something you would do to make the whole offensive system, defensive system run better. Now let's look at it. DeAndre Jordan sets screens for every single play if you're a Clipper. And you want good screens. So you bring Drummond into the mix. Let's hope he can get some good screens. Now on the other end of the floor, DeAndre blocks a hell of a lot of shots. And so if you're the Clippers, you want some block shots on the end of the floor. So, I mean, if Drummond can do both of those and he's a better rebounder, I say get him. And yes, I'm a Clipper fan, but I honestly don't think it's going to happen. I don't know why the Pistons would be interested, and we don't have many picks to send over there. Yes, the Clippers, I know I said we don't have many picks to send over there to Piston World, to beautiful, just stunning, lushful Detroit, Michigan. Motor City, yeah. God knows what they're doing. I say they keep Drummond and build around him and his massive contract. That is where I put it. Now, I told y'all, I alluded to the idea that we would discuss the finals. Oh man, I have so many opinions on this. So many. I was a rather upset NBA appreciative, whatever. I was a rather upset NBA fan watching the finals this year. I don't think I watched one live game. No, because they were boring. Yeah, they were boring. LeBron averaged a triple-double. Didn't matter. The Cavs chemistry really came into play. Shout out to ex-Cavs GM David Griffin for putting together the deep team he did. Possibly the deepest team in NBA history. Think about it. Who is the worst player on that team? Is it Channing Frye or Derek Williams? That's not that bad. It's a deep freaking team. Everybody on the roster is a starter or a former starter. Yeah, and they couldn't compete because they had zero chemistry. The bench failed to show up to each and every game, and it was once again up to LeBron and Kyrie. Unfortunately, the Warriors had the X factor. They had Kevin Durant, and boy was he the X factor. He played at 100 miles an hour. He matches the rest of the Warriors' speed terrifically. He shot like 56% or something. 54, 56. It was insane. That dude doesn't miss. He can score from anywhere on the court. Is he the best small forward in the league? No, don't kid yourself. But he is a hell of a scorer, and when you add that MVP to Steph Curry, the other MVP, reigning MVP, and Klay Thompson, amazing shooter, spot up, doesn't even need a dribble anymore, and Draymond, defensive, grit and grind player, plus you got that dirty bastard Zaza Pachulia. Man, that team is a force to be reckoned with, and they could continue to be for multiple seasons. I really feel for the Cavs. I didn't think they would only win one game. That is sorry. I don't think the NBA is rigged after watching that terrible series. I mean, they missed out on millions, maybe even billions of dollars by having just 5 games in the NBA Finals. They did. And yeah, let's since we're talking about KD, Warriors, LeBron, let's hit a couple other topics with those guys. So people are saying Kevin Durant's the best small forward in the league. Now, they know that LeBron is a small forward. They're saying this to spite him. They're saying this based on the finals performance. You're wrong. If you say this, you are wrong. Yes, no competent analyst is agreeing with you. Just, I don't know what this massive movement behind Kevin Durant for president is, but he is not. He's amazing, but he's not LeBron. He didn't average a triple-double in the finals. He didn't join the team that beat him after being up 3-1. He didn't join a 73-9 team. He never formed a super team. He came to Miami with some good players. It's totally different. And the fact, this is where I'm gonna leave it. And you can really think about this. If you think that Kevin Durant's better than LeBron James, you think about this. The fact that Kevin Durant had to go to a 73-9 team with an MVP, a reigning MVP on the roster, to be considered the greatest small forward in the league, that's sad. Why couldn't he do that with the Thunder? Was he just sick of being in Oklahoma and Seattle, and he's sick of playing with Brody, Mr. Triple-Double? I don't get it. I really don't. It's not... Man, he's not the best small forward in the league. That's how I'm going to leave it. He's not. I guess congratulations to the Warriors. Nothing new. It's sad that a year ago we were saying, oh, the Warriors are going to win the finals, and it came true. If you're a major league sport, like basketball, golf, tennis, football, whatever, you don't want that to be a possibility. You don't want everybody to say the second a trade happens, oh, that team's going to win the finals, and everybody be right. That's sad. That is not good competition. The fact that the NBA commissioner thinks that is good competition, it's not. It is not. If that's good competition, we might as well just skip the playoffs and let the Cavs and Warriors play again next season, same rosters. It's not good competition. Whenever you let a team like the Warriors form with 2 MVPs, all that firepower, all that, yeah, it's not good for the league. It's clearly not, and I'm disappointed. I mean, you can probably tell from the sound of my voice, I'm disappointed in the league for all of that. I really hope that it's not Warriors and Cavs next year, but just whatever. I'm always going to cheer for LeBron if that's the case. I am. I'm going to go for the East. I'm going to go for LeBron. Historic run in the playoffs for both teams. They both basically swept their way to the finals. And yeah, I mean, it was just a quick, easy breezy finals, easy breezy playoffs. I mean, the fact that those teams are sweeping, it's just whatever. Last year was a lot better. Hopefully next season's a lot better. The league is getting better, people. The league is getting better. Teams are rebuilding, or they are creating super lineups or trying to create super lineups. The league is getting better, and I really hope that there's more competition next season, because the Cavs and the Warriors both need it. Now, I'm going to take the remainder of my time on air here to discuss the NBA awards. The MVP award, I think I'm looking at a bee or a fly in my apartment right now. It's on my window. I'm kind of scared. I'm just going to watch it while I talk. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about those. Let's look at it. MVP. It's Russell Westbrook. Spoiler alert. Yeah, no, he broke the triple-double record, averaged a triple-double, first time ever for a player to do that or something. I don't know, whatever. He did it. He's the man. He is your MVP. Just in the conversation there. If you say James Harden, you're a bandwagon. If you say Kawhi Leonard, you are giving too much credit to a defensive player with a good offensive mindset. Yeah, it's Russell Westbrook, okay? It really is. Who broke more records? Who had more points? Who had more triple-doubles? He is your most valuable player. Are the Thunder going to win games without Russell Westbrook? No, they're not. And are the Rockets going to win games without Harden? They did. They can. Are the Spurs going to win games without Kawhi? They can. Oh my gosh. You get the point. Next is the Sixth Man of the Year award. Okay. You tell me. It doesn't make sense, okay? The Rockets have two players in the contention for the Sixth Man of the Year award. There can only be one sixth man, technically. There can only be one. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. So, it's going to be either Eric Gordon or Lou Williams or Andre Iguodala. Now, Enes Kanter averaged 14.7 rebounds, and he is not in contention for Sixth Man of the Year. I don't get it. It goes right over my head. I really don't get it. I would honestly pick Enes Kanter to win this award, but it is most likely going to Eric Gordon. He averaged 14 a game. I don't know why Andre Iguodala, 7 points a game, is in contention. The fact that the Warriors could be just fine without him, that should be enough of a reason to not have him in contention. It should be, but it isn't, apparently. The Rockets have two people, and the Warriors have a player that has 7 points per game. Whatever. Terrible selection. Next, Rookie of the Year. It's Embiid. Brogdon had a great season. I enjoy him. Dario Saric, whatever it is. Good player. Good forward. But it's Embiid. He put up veteran numbers as a rookie. Missed a lot of games, unfortunately. Another injury. But, I mean, he is going to win it. And I think he should win it, and I think he will win it. After that, Defensive Player of the Year, Kawhi, Draymond Green, or Rudy Gobert. So Rudy Gobert's only in there for blocks. Draymond Green's only in there for hustle. And Kawhi's in there for basically both of those. So, yeah, I would give it to Kawhi. I would. It usually goes to the player that's most hyped up for it, so I would predict that Kawhi wins it. Maybe they'll give it to Draymond. I doubt they will, though. Most improved player. I like this one. This one is a very important one to me. It's the players that they really go out and achieve more compared to what they did before. So, it either goes to Giannis. He did. Gobert? No. Or Jokic. Wow. I'm going to give it to Giannis. Jokic also put up great numbers, but Giannis really stepped up as a leader, broke some records, all-star. Yeah, I mean, the Bucks have a gem. I'll say it again, a gem in Giannis. He's a great player. He's the Greek freak. I'll give the most improved player to him. Coach of the Year, Rockets coach, Spurs coach, or Heat coach? Yeah, D'Antoni, Popovich, or Spoelstra? Let's see. Why is Spoelstra on there? I don't. All right, whatever. Popovich or D'Antoni. I'm gonna give it to D'Antoni. He made the decision to make Harden a point guard. They did pretty good. They got beat by the Warriors, but whatever. Yeah, I'll give it to D'Antoni, and he's probably gonna get it. I predict that he. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to D'Antoni for sure. I think he's the clear option. I think he's the clear choice for this award. So we just hit the 30-minute mark. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Explicit NBA podcast. I am your host, PT. This is brought to you by thewinningtake.com. We will do another episode very soon. And disclaimer, some of the information in this podcast will be a little late because there's a little bit of a delay getting this episode out. So, yeah, don't complain about it or whine. It's a little late. The next episode won't be so late. Thank you for listening.